Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is a scene for the changeling venue. Huh. Viscount Valerius and Eve are on their way, and Baroness Eve are on their way to see Tribentin. Some very interesting news has crossed his ears, and it is time to hear the other side of the story. Um, he has notified his multiple associates that he will be indisposed for an hour or two as he takes care of some very personal business. Not too many questions are usually asked because most people already know about Eve's condition. So I would like to think he's given a little bit of leeway when he asks to take unexpected time off to deal with certain problems and situations. So, with that, I guess that Val and Eve are in a car driving off to see Tribentin.
Eve doesn't drive, so I'm hoping it's you.
Yeah, it's me. So, Val will park the car a block away and then help Eve out of the car and then make his way over to a very old antique shop.
The antique shop is labeled DPS Society. The shop is obviously very old, except the door is fairly new. There is a sign on the door that says closed until further notice.
Valerius will ring the doorbell if there is one or knock rather loudly on the door.
On the third knock, the door opens and Tribentin is there. He looks creepier than normal. His eyes are even more sunken than you remember. His eyes, actual pupils, are like black holes that seem to suck the joy out of everything around him. He clearly hasn't slept. His top hat is on his head, but askew, not in its proper place, and he reeks of cigarette smoke.
Valerius will, if I may, as he goes to reach and kind of fixes your top hat. There you go. We need to talk.
You okay, Tribentin?
Shop is closed.
I, I I mean, if it was open, I'd look, but I don't think that's the issue here. We were looking for you, not your shop.
I'm rather concerned.
Fine. Come in. He moves aside so you guys can get in.
Val will let Eve go in first, and he'll step in right behind her.
When you go inside, you see that there's a central desk with an old-style cash register.
Mm-hmm.
The aisles seem to be like a webwork, confusing, like it's easy to get lost. What you would imagine would normally be a shop in very goods appearance looks like some things have fallen off of the shelves and broken, and there's a busted table.
Val will remain a little quiet. So, I won't ask the obvious, and I'll be rather direct. It's come to my attention that you've been busy. As he kind of looks at you.
Tribentin goes to that central table and takes a seat. There is a ashtray that has long overflowed with cigarette butts and ash. And he sits and puts out his cigarette and then lights another one. I would like to remind you, Valerius, that you have come to a Slua's home uninvited. Be mindful what you say.
wasn't making accusations or saying anything, but
Val, did Val tell Eve what was going on ahead of time, or is she hearing this for the first time?
uh, being that being that they took the car, Val would have explained most things on the way.
All
Little
right.
hastily, he might have got bits and pieces of it, but he gets the gist of it out.
Okay.
I spoke to Travis today. As Val says very finitely, they know.
They know what?
They suspect that one individual by the name of Bettina has done something, has been in a relationship with a person called Tribentin.
I'm still kind of going, so what about that?
You do know who Bettina is, correct?
No. Never met her, I don't think.
Bettina is the wife of the warder of the water, or as I've been told, guardian.
What's a warder?
It's a werewolf term. Somebody that's kind of in charge, but not really. A lot of their terms don't make sense to me.
Wait, kind of in charge, but not really. That sounds like a kind of a useless person, really.
Well, he's not useless. I think kind of like, as he kind of thinks about it, you know how Octavia was the marshal? Kind of like that. They have a lot of power, but not really a lot of power.
You mean basically they take orders and have to do them, but by doing it, it makes you look powerful?
Sort of. Exactly. Exactly like that, actually.
Okay, I can dig that.
Um,
I just hadn't heard that term.
that it's something I heard Aaron say.
Who's Aaron? You know, like everybody in the world, don't you?
Well, it's my job.
Okay.
A lot
But
of the werewolves assisted in the war, so I got to know most of them.
I pretty much know like two, and I don't even know what happened to one of them.
Yeah, well, back to the point of the story. I can fill you in later. Um, the point being is that Bettina is the wife of, quote unquote, someone known as Blitzkrieg. You know who he is? As he looks to Tribentin,
I know the name.
then you understand where this is going.
Yes, I do. You come to my home uninvited, and then you come to discuss my personal business.
I don't think that's really what was intended. I think it's more that we wanted to give you a warning, I suppose. Because
There,
what you do with your own life is up to you.
there
It's
are
more
protocols in place to contact the slough for a reason.
so you didn't want a prompt warning? You wanted a nice slow one?
I thought you would want to know. A lot of people are very upset.
I mean, I appreciate where you're coming from, and you have to understand it's a very important subject, or we wouldn't be here like this. You should know by now that if I want to see you, I call you. I say, may I come visit, or would you like to come out, or something.
And you know I'm one to follow protocol. If I'm actually knocking on your door, then it's rather important.
So I will just say that probably for both of us that we apologize that it happened this way, but I agree with him. This was the right choice. You need to know what you might be up against here. I don't think either of us cares who you have any form of relationship with. It's more just the fact that you should know what you're up against.
And as you're a Cathane under the Ashit, we have, if we need to protect you, I need to know what must be done.
There's an interpretation of the Ishit that says you can only call for the right of rescue if you're facing true death. Are the werewolves threatening cold iron against me?
Hopefully they don't know about cold iron.
I I don't know who's been in conversation with the werewolves. I only know who I speak to, but I've heard that other individuals have had relationships with certain werewolves, specifically Adam and I think her name was Alicia.
Yes, it was Alicia. God damn that boy. Trust me, he spoke to me far, far too much.
So if you believe that everything is fine and that we have nothing to be concerned about, then there's really not much more I can say.
What do you want from me?
I want to know how we can help. What is going on? Do they know the difference between changelings? Will the werewolves start attacking people indiscriminately?
I have no idea what the werewolves know or don't know.
This is why certain questions must be asked. I mean no disrespect, but it's something that needs to be known.
And again, let me just say that normally I wouldn't ask anything about your personal business. I feel really uncomfortable like this, honestly.
I honestly feel like we really should know nothing about this, but
I agree with that.
What you do with your private time is up to you.
it's up to you. But if Travis was scared enough to come to me, worried that something might happen to you, then I believe that the situation has gone to shit.
I would I would actually agree with that based on Travis, yeah. He wouldn't just be telling stories.
Travis called me out of work and like demanded that he see me.
Did Travis say where Bettina is?
Travis said that he he said that Bettina will be punished.
So they have
Punished.
her again.
Wait, punished because she had a relationship with a
Don't
slow up?
ask me that question because I don't know their laws.
So they have her.
I'm sorry, but it sounds really silly. Like,
So you're saying they have her again?
Well, I, I, yeah. As well, it's kind of like stumbling for words. Like, yeah.
again?
She is such an idiot. All right, I'm going to tell you something, but you have to swear to me on pain of death that it does not leave this room unless I say so.
Okay.
Okay.
I fell in love.
Fuck.
And she loves me back.
Well, kind of makes sense now.
Nothing happened until she left him.
Um, I spoke to someone named Leah yesterday, and she said something about being that different types of kin. She used the word kin, I think. Um, she wasn't too clear about it, and there's not too much I understood from it, but it seemed important. I don't know
Bettina is a kinfolk, is the term she used.
what
Related to werewolves, but not one.
That sounds kind of like Canaan.
is it the same?
Maybe.
It's probably
I
the
don't know.
closest understanding I have of the term. Her marriage to David slash Blitzkrieg slash whatever the fuck he calls himself is a political marriage.
Oh,
She
Well,
doesn't love him.
we understand that concept. It happens here all the time.
it happens here all the time, but
But we wouldn't like when someone has an affair. The worst that's going to happen is a divorce.
yeah, that's usually how bad it gets, depending on families. But the way
Right. I mean, and even then, it might not happen.
it
Maybe
might
they
not,
have an agreement or something. Who knows?
yeah, it usually doesn't get this messy.
Like capturing somebody?
It's the second time. The first time she almost died. Someone there almost killed her, and then they held her captive for a while.
Wow.
God. I mean, I knew they had anger issues, but I didn't think it was like that.
It's apparently these kinfolks are treated like shit.
Uh, as Valerius looks at you, are you sure you know what you're saying, right?
That the werewolves treat their kinfolk like shit.
No, what you're implying. You're a very perceptive person.
I'm well aware of what I'm telling you.
He also has our word not to tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not really a matter, but what do you plan on doing is the next question.
Gather more information. What would you do if it was Eve?
Oh, mm,
He'd better come in guns blazing. That's what he'd better do.
well, I've already told you that I would.
I know. I'm kidding you. Kidding you.
Bottom line, they have the woman that I love.
As
Okay.
God opens his mouth
Yep.
once, no words come out. He opens his
Honestly,
mouth again, no words come out.
honestly, both of the I totally imagine Eve just looking, just nodding, going, "Okay then,
Okay.
I can tell
we
you
get
what I
we
I can
get
tell you
this."
what I want to do. I want to go in and get her.
Can you do that? I heard there's all kinds of stuff on Central Park.
I have no idea.
You do know that'll start a war, right?
Let them
Because
come after me.
they won't. Werewolves, as you know, are not rational creatures, Tribentin. They will come after everyone.
So
To
what am I
be
supposed to
fair,
do? Just take
we
it?
we
No,
can
of
hide.
course not.
No, we can hide pretty well. I'm just gonna say we can hide pretty damn well if we have
We
to.
can hide pretty damn well, but like, I
If I
would
don't
just
want the werewolves to find me, they won't find me. That's not the issue.
okay.
But I'm also not going to go run and hide.
As a Fiona, I would tell you to go to their home and go get your woman. It's the bottom line.
I'm feeling pretty much exactly the same way. If she feels the same way, just screw it. But we got to think more logically here.
Um, as a Viscount, I would tell you that the Gwydians will persecute you. You will be sent straight to prison for the betterment of the kingdom.
I'm aware of that.
Everything you have worked for will be gone to shit. you'll never see the Parliament ever. Individuals will stand directly in your way, subtly and not so subtly.
If I have to choose between the Parliament of Dreams and Patina, then I choose Patina.
Very well then. So I guess there are things you can do, but as a person of my standing, I can't tell you the answer. But there are things you can do. If Tribentin wants to make a intelligence hinting, he could pick up on what he's hinting at.
You want perception, Kenny, or
Intelligence cunning. It's things that or
okay?
change or if you either or.
It would be gray mare, but it doesn't matter. 2 successes.
Alright, you would know that since we just left the situation with the allele and how important dreamers were, that if you were to say something like that, it would immediately change the tone of the argument.
Huh. Claimer as a dreamer. That's rather fun. Use love to get to Fiona. Use
Yeah.
dreamers to get everybody else.
Then it becomes a right of personal property. Who's right?
No, I'm not doing that. Patina is not property. That is how the world treat her, and I will not do that.
That was the logical answer. As he looks at you, they don't need to know that, and this is how you got her. But this will lead to more people helping. And preparation loves victory, is what I'm going to say.
Okay, so wait a minute here. Do we know anything about the way they treat, like, people they consider having done something wrong? I mean, is there a chance of her getting tortured or anything like that?
I
I would
have
imagine. I know she's been tortured before.
seriously.
Wow.
Uh, okay.
I'm just because what I'm trying to figure out in this whole argument, in this whole questioning thing, is is do are we looking at a situation that needs to be handled right now, or a situation that we can try to think on for a minute?
Do
I
you
don't
think
think we have time.
you think this is now or never kind of thing?
I know the werewolves have her. I know they've almost killed her once, and her former people or whatever used to beat her tremendously. Her nightmares are plagued by them.
Okay, so that takes out certain political aspects that maybe could have been used.
We could go and maybe we could ask Callie.
We could. I think I did. I don't have her number, but she does have mine. She's never called it. I know you have it, right?
Yeah, we could
Why can't we go to the Parliament of Dreams and tell them that
tell them what.
you have no idea how painful this is for me to say out in the open, but we're in love. And doesn't the Sealy Code say love conquers all?
Yes. It is why I said it's why I said it the way I said it. If you go to the Parliament of Dreams and you make your case, it can be done. I know I could go to my father and ask.
He would help. I mean, look at him. Just look at the way he lives his life. He would help.
Yeah. I could. Do you know I could go to Satara? Satara knows people. That I would never get a chance of meeting. I could maybe talk to Morwen about it, but I don't know what good would come of it. Perhaps I
Honestly,
could.
it might do better if both of us went to Mormon, to be honest. I think she likes me.
All right, that's one thing we could do.
I'm not sure what she could do though.
She
Aside from she has many favors she can call it if she needs to.
she's been leading the kingdom for many years. If anyone would be able to get past the paperwork, it would be her.
She got me into Queen Mab. She got which then got me into a certain Rayun.
Yeah. So
You just have to be willing to cut her deals.
how many deals are you willing to cut, Tribentin?
He stops and ponders for a moment, and the stoic mask he normally carries begins to break a little bit, and you see his eyes water up just a little.
Eve's gonna reach out and just touch his shoulder, like the side of it.
He's gonna take the other side and like genuine sympathy.
She's trying not to be too weirdly touchy. He's a very reserved person, but
All right.
hey, okay.
I
Okay.
will do whatever is necessary to bring Bettina back to me.
Okay. So
Understood.
I swear to God, if they kill her, the slew will wage a secret war against them. No werewolf outside of Central Park will be safe.
I can't stop you from doing that. As Val looks you directly in the eye. And to be honest, I wouldn't be able to, in good conscience, be against you.
Exactly.
Do they have a weakness I don't know about?
Val,
I've been. I think they might.
What lore is right and what is wrong?
Val looks like he knows something.
Honestly, Eve's actually put it together. I forget how. There was an actual logic to it, but she's figured it out based on things.
Val and Eve, that. All right, perception, empathy.
Yeah, let's just say they kind of fall into silence there. That kind of.
They fall into silence like.
Eve is pretty sure.
4, 5, 6, a shit ton.
Honestly,
Okay.
even if you split that between the two of us, that's enough.
They're trying to be stone faced, but it's failing. I don't even have the dice to say no to that. Like,
I'm not even gonna try, so it doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
She's not. This isn't subtle.
Tell me.
Eve will say, "I think I know something."
Then tell me.
You know, you just took a werewolf squire. He looks directly at Eve.
I know. He doesn't know ours. At least I haven't told him.
I don't know what they know.
I haven't told him either, so.
There are other ways to kill a werewolf. I have poisons that will do such things.
I am gonna just mention that point here, though. I do have a conflicting interest here. You saw the squire that I just took. So I'm going to ask that unless he turns out to be guilty, you assume he's not.
And I'd rather not. Travis didn't have to tell me that.
This is true. He actually came to Val.
He came to me and told me. I know that this hurts, but try to think logically.
Just keep in mind that he doesn't seem to be the guilty one here.
Travis didn't do it.
No, I'm not after Travis.
I'm just.
If I wanted Blitzkrieg dead, he'd be so. I know where he sleeps.
Okay. If you know for sure, it's probably better coming from you. I just think I know. As she looks at Val.
If I tell him, that's me directly betraying Travis.
It isn't if he's already given us his word that he won't do it.
Do you give us your word you won't do it?
We're just asking one.
What do you ask me not to kill Travis?
We're asking you not to use the information I'm about to tell you to do anything until you know for sure.
I have no intention of causing harm to any werewolf. Uh,
I was
If
personally asking
Bettina,
about
if
Travis,
Bettina is returned to me, then nothing will happen. If they kill her, that changes everything.
and that's the situation I was addressing. I'm saying that Travis obviously came for a reason. He whether he want you to warn Tribentin to get information. What did he want? Val?
Yes,
What was he trying for? What was his purpose? Was he trying to get information? Was he trying to get you to bring him Tribentin, or was he trying to get?
he was going to ask me to punish Tribentin. As Val kind of pats Tribentin on the shoulder, there I've punished him. Nothing happened. But,
If the Sealy court punished me for falling in love, then it's a direct denial of everything they hold true.
well, I can't punish you.
I I agree with Tribentin there. That's obviously just stupid, but
Yeah, it is. Like, I can't. Like,
I don't understand. They should just give her back to me, and then this all goes away.
I wish I could tell you what happened. We weren't there. I was called out of work today. Travis was in a start. He started telling me things, and he said he didn't want there to be a war. If I could go and talk to Tribentin about Bettina.
There doesn't have to be one. Just let her go.
we're not the ones you need to talk to.
We're really not.
Then point me who I need to talk to.
Who do we send you to? We know nothing about them.
I mean, honestly, I know. I'm sorry, you're right. I guess it would be three that I know. I have no idea what the hell happened to Danica.
I haven't seen Danica in months. I
Yeah,
haven't
that's
seen. I could talk to Aaron. I could talk to Aaron. I could talk to. I do know Blitzkrieg, but he obviously doesn't help a thing. And
not even a little bit.
My understanding is that Blitzkrieg wants to kill me. He's welcome to try.
uh,
Okay, let's not
let's
go that route yet.
not use that route. So
The longer this drags on, the more irrational I become.
Understood. We're trying to think this out for a minute. We're not trying to become. We're not trying to like tell you to wait for days. We're just trying to think right now.
you could. You said you had slew of allies, right?
Yes, I have 14.
Well, maybe your 14 could maybe abscond her? At that point,
I
it would.
can't ask them to go into their place to get her. The only life I'm willing to risk right now is my own.
I would say that it would be hard. Maybe Estevan?
Actually, from honestly, he might help you.
Go to Estevan and ask? And see if he could help you. You probably have to dish out. Well, you're not a she, so he won't overcharge you, but I would like help and pay any way I could. Maybe he could get you something. And of course, you have my bargains if you want them to help. They always seem ready to help someone in need.
If there's something I do that doesn't that won't endanger myself, I'll do it. I've
No,
got your back on this one. No, I'm just telling you, I won't endanger myself because of my children. But I still want to help if you.
I really want to help, but I'm kind of running out of things I could actually do.
Okay.
then
So basically, this is what we have on our side. You can go speak to Aaron, whoever that is.
Yeah,
We could speak to Callie.
right.
You have a bunch of SLUA who can do stuff outside of Central Park. Um, Travis, I don't even know what to do with him. He's kind of an ally to both, and that's the problem. He might have a really big issue on his hands.
That's divided loyalty right there.
It is. I say we leave him out of this for the moment because it doesn't make any sense.
he will side with his people before he sides with us. He can't be trusted.
Well,
I
I wasn't going to use him for this anyways. It doesn't make sense right now. So that's not anything.
I don't maybe. Okay.
What can be used in this? Esteban is a good source. He makes a lot of many useful things. But so do you. I know you have some interesting things in that little storeroom of yours.
Maybe we could burrow under Central Park.
Under is an interesting idea. I'm not sure how that would work.
No, I mean, we
I
know
could
that there's probably protections above, but maybe if kind of like a tunnel, we kind of go underneath everything.
we'd need to know where to go.
That's
'Cause
true.
that's a big park.
Actually, go and talk to I could probably get you in contact with a seer of some kind. Um Actually, I know a really good person. I could call in a favor from Count Jeremiah and ask him. He's mastered soothsayer, so we could probably gain some more information without actually going. Do you have something of theirs? Of Bettina's, rather?
Even if she just brushed her hair here, there's something. Hair.
I might have something.
Just for the record, right now it's probably not safe to actually have Tribentin get in contact with, like, have him actually speak to one of them, right?
No, that's a terrible idea.
I'm not saying it's a good idea. I was just trying to clarify that I'm correct in this.
You are correct in this.
Okay. For the record, next time we decide we're going to meet, we should go through the dreaming, if at all possible.
Most definitely.
Because Travis knows that we know him, and we don't, just in case somebody's following. At least we can get messages without them saying it. That's good.
Yeah.
I will follow whatever avenue I must. Tell the
Um,
Parliament that I declare her my dreamer.
Because just because you declare something doesn't mean that you necessarily believe that it's like a possession thing.
right.
Tell them she's my dreamer and that I love her.
It's not a bad thing. I think that you might as well, because then you'll get, if nothing else, you'll have started the appropriate stuff while you're doing the inappropriate stuff, if that's what it boils down to.
All right. I will go and I will let them know.
You tell that the thought of sharing his personal life like so publicly, he kind of just shivers a little bit, but doesn't say anything.
This is gonna suck before it gets better, Tribentin.
It already sucks.
It's gonna suck more.
It's going to suck more.
And so be it.
No, I understand. I mean, trust me, I've been through some suckage.
I'll do whatever it takes.
But sometimes the price is worth it. She kind of glances to Val for a second. And
He kind of smiles back, like, yeah. So, all right. So I will go and I will let them know, and we will move from there. And I will talk to this new marshal and see what can be done.
And is there anything that if there are any particular items or anything that you could think of that might help here? Items, people that might have ideas or skills?
I'll start work on some things.
All right.
I need something to distract me. I'm starting to crack.
Okay. I'm not sure what I could particularly do, but you know I do have a very interesting set of skills if you need it. I'll just stay safely away from the main scene because, I'm boring now. Thank you, babies.
I'd never forgive myself if something happened to your children because of this.
I know. I'm not that dumb. I won't do it. I just miss it. Anyway. Okay. Do you think you can at least drop me off at home before you head over there?
Yeah, sure.
Or someplace. I don't know if I want to go home right now.
Val will bring out it looks like grape juice, but it's clearly turned into like vinegar and wine. It's old, seems to be forgotten, and he kind of hands it to Tribentin. There you go.
Thank you.
Isn't a bottle of it, I'm assuming?
Yes, bottle of it.
He just cracks the bottle open and starts drinking.
Without the glass?
No glasses, no nothing, just straight from the bottle.
Wow. All right, there's something wrong with this boy.
Yeah.
If you need to not be alone or something, you can crash over there. You would be a welcome guest.
It's not good just being alone with your thoughts.
And I will make sure that Travis can't get to the freehold anyways, but I'll make sure he doesn't get anywhere near you.
Next, this is my home. I can't.
You're not
I won't leave
abandoning
it.
We're not talking about that. We're talking as simply you're being a guest and in someone else's home.
Coming for a visit and then leaving once we tell you to get out.
With a proper invitation and everything. I can even send you a proper invitation.
I will consider it, but
just if you need
for
it.
now, I have a freehold here.
Okay. I will send there'll be someone here later to send you correspondence of things that I find out when they develop. So, try not to get too sloshed. And I think it's time for us to go.
Yeah.
One last thing.
What's that?
If you see Travis again,
yes,
you tell him that any attack on my home is an attack on the slough as a whole and will be declared an act of war.
Okay.
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 Thank you.
Wow. As Valerius kind of holds his arm out after you, dear.
She smiles to Tribentin for just a second, kind of a sad little smile. And she turns to leave.
Val gives a really sad expression, puts his hand on his shoulder. Stay strong. I'll do what I can. Turns and leaves.
As soon as they leave, Tribentin just kind of grabs the whole bottle and goes downstairs and goes into his freehold.
And thank you, viewers, for watching and players for playing. This has been a very depressing scene for Changeling. As
It has been a
overreact.
very slow scene.
Yes, welcome. I think this is something that we've all been waiting for, an overreaction from changelings as well as werewolves.
That's right. Welcome to bipolar over here. Really
Welcome
depressed and like, hey, right afterwards.
Which significantly less dick waving.
That's right.
Welcome to bipolar, the awakening. All right.